What the hell does that mean?
So just to be really obvious, you're going to discover your customer. You're going to interview them because being face-to-face with somebody and getting stories from them is much more valuable, way better use of your time than doing surveys.
Great. We'll be planning your first customer discovery interview using this Google template. You'll go through filling out this doc, so by the end, you'll be ready to pick up the phone and actually start interviewing. Okay, Vic, where do we start?
Well, first you need to identify who you're going to interview, and they are your customers. So, quick definition of customer versus user. Your customer is the one who's getting out a checkbook and actually giving you money, or they're actually pressing download and they're putting their passcode into an app to actually buy it.
And what if I'm running a non-profit that doesn't sell like a physical product? Who's my customer then?
I mean, if the not-for-profit you're running really depends on money that is being provided by donation, then absolutely your customer's your donor.
Wow, so in this case, if I'm getting lots of grant funding, my customer at that point is the fund or government entity that's giving me a ton of cash, right?
Whoever is the financial decision maker, they are your customer. Your best kind of person to interview is someone who is actively seeking the solution to the problem that you care about.
Okay, hold on, what do you mean by actively seeking the solution?
So I have 100% stolen this off a really great resource called customerdevlabs.com. If somebody really has the problem, they're already trying to basically like hack the solution. So almost they're trying to MacGyver their way through. You know, they're putting blue tack in the microwave to keep the door shut. So what you're trying to do is figure out what it is they're doing there and how, well, hopefully your solution either cuts some steps out of that or just makes it easier, you know, solves it more elegantly.
Okay, so a non-profit like Project Rocket, who do anti-bullying workshops in high schools, might be looking for schools that are already trying to run their own anti-bullying programs. Project Rocket can provide a high-quality workshop much more easily than the schools could do themselves and remove the burden of building curriculum for it. So the early adopter in this case is that person who's MacGyvered the program at school already. So they don't need to be convinced about the necessity of the program. That's what you want to find. Okay, so in the doc, you'll want 3 to 4 potential customers with a phone number or email. Even better if they're early adopters who've been trying to solve the problem themselves. If I figured out my idea and I've got a guess of what a customer's like and I find someone, what if they're not like the perfect archetype?
Yes, so we need to get over perfect, just no more perfect. You're going to discover who really your customer is by just getting out there and starting to interview people. So even an interview where you realize halfway through, oh, this is not the person that I actually am helping, that's still really good data. You've eliminated that person and figured out more who it is that you're targeting.
Yeah!